Hi, my name is Parama Chansu. For my second World Regional Geography project, I will be talking about Russia. In particular, I will focus on the export of energy resources in Russia. I will also talk about some of the problems facing Russia in this aspect and how the problems have shaped Russia's geopolitics. Russia contains one of the world's largest reserves of coal, oil, and natural gas. It is the world's largest producer of crude oil. In fact, Russia produced over 350 million tons of coal in 2012, ranking sixth in the world among coal producers, while exporting around 40% of its production. There is an estimated coal reserve of 157 billion tons. Russia also produces on average around 10.5 million barrels of oil per day, around 22.7% more than the next largest crude oil producer. Moreover, Russia ranks as the second largest producer of dry natural gas. The following pictures illustrate the geography of natural resources in Russia. As you can see, coal is mainly found in central to east portion of continental Russia, with other smaller basins scattered around the eastern coast of Russia. Additionally, there is a basin in the western part of Russia centered around Moscow. Natural gas and oil are also concentrated around central Russia, while both can also be found in the southwestern part of Russia. Since Russia is territorially the largest country in the world and spans 11 time zones, pipelines for transporting these resources are very important for the Russian economy. Even though Russia is one of the world's largest exporter of these natural resources, it still faces problems when it comes to exports. The size of Russia and its lack of access to oceans makes many of its parts disconnected to the world. This is especially true since the northern border of Russia, connected to the Arctic, is ice most of the year. This image shows ice coverage of the Arctic Ocean in March and September of 2016. In the image, the portion of land to the right is Russia. In March, ice completely covers Russia's northern shoreline and restricts the Northern Sea Route, which is the east to west shipping route via the Arctic Ocean. Therefore, the Arctic Ocean is extremely unreliable as a transportation route for the export of natural resources to other parts of the world. One solution to this problem is for Russia to diversify or change its export base. Over 75% of Russia's oil exports are to European countries, but given political and territorial conflicts, Russia has restricted access to the waterways in the west. Given that the eastern coast of Russia is in relative close proximity to other countries in Asia, one solution could be to export to other countries in those regions instead. Of course, this solution may have problems of its own. The fall of the Soviet Union made Russia even more isolated than it was in the past. Export problems may have contributed to the fact that over 55% of Russians are still unhappy with the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. However, solving Russia's energy problems won't necessarily be useful in helping Russia become one of the world's largest economic powers. Today's economy has transformed in a way that globalization and interconnectedness are now more important than militaristic strength. Given the Western disapproval of Russia, it is difficult for Russia to develop into a world power in that aspect. Rather, the problem seems to lie in the structure of the economy in Russia and diplomatic relations with the rest of the world. Indeed, solving energy problems may serve instead to widen the economic gap between the super rich and the poor in Russia. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.